Good morning, everyone. I think we are live and ready to go. We'll talk about maybe WHLM in a second here. I'm actually watching SCKT. I've done several trades on it today, maybe like seven or eight trades. I was up about 250 on this one, but I was also down about 60 bucks on this one. So right now I'm at 289. I just took two losses, but they were very small. I managed my risk well, both of which I actually was a little bit up about 2-3%, but it was so close to getting my profit area. So I would have took profits, but yeah, I was up at like 250 or something in this area, and then I was up almost 300 for a second here, maybe a little bit less. And yeah, now I'm at 189. So kind of a fun morning. SCKT's got a lot of strength here. So let's talk about SCKT, and then we'll dive into the other lead gappers, because I think SCKT is really where the interest is today so far. So first of all, let me just say good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the live stream where we first review the watch list and then we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone's feeling good after the weekend, feeling rested, feeling healthy. Honestly, Friday, I should have just stopped trading super early on. I was so dead on Friday. I was just like, I felt it. I was in pure zombie mode, and I kept, trading until 12, and then all of a sudden, I was losing left and right. So could have wrapped up Friday small profit, but I ended up, taking basically like a $200 red day. So it was kind of unfortunate. Today is Monday. It's the 27th of July. And it's 9:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got another 13 minutes here before the market opens at 9:30, and we'll wrap up trading and streaming usually around 11. Little reminder for anyone that's new: this is for education and entertainment purposes. My trades are quick, not meant to be followed. Always know yourself while you're entering an exit, a stop, a ticker, and know what your stops are. This community is a place to help each other and learn. So please do not spam, or you'll get the old timeout button. Yeah, check out the video description below for some FAQs. I try to keep it updated, and let's dive into the watch list. So what else is going on here? I mean, SCKT, this is really, really a hot one right now. 5 million float, US computer hardware company. Let's see what else we got here. So I didn't really look into the DuraSled launch. So they're launching a product called the DuraSled for the Xcover Pro. But apparently, and at first when I saw that catalyst, I was like, that doesn't even really sound that great. But this one, picked up from 160% gapping. 60% gapping pre-market to 160 plus. So this one instantly took the lead gapper spot. Clearly, I don't know if it's just, straight momentum jumping on this one, or if the catalyst is really, really so good. But I like everything I'm seeing. I like that we're holding our highs. We never pulled back more than 19%. So this one's looking really, really good. And my first trade was actually, I noticed that this thing was so strong that I started, piling up a position down here. And this was one of my bigger positions. I think it was like a total of 800 shares. So yeah, well into the 2,000 plus range, which is nice. And then I got another clean dip trade here, and then I was instantly up about 200 bucks. Then I gave back, I think, a little bit here, and then all of a sudden I had a nice breakout here, won it back, and then it's been kind of choppy ever since. So I'm gonna wait probably till the open to get busy on SCKT again. But I really, really like what we're seeing. It is very thickly traded pre-market though, so maybe out of the gate it's gonna have some issues, or maybe it's already pulled up to the highs. I mean, right now it's at 382, so there's big resistance at 4. We tried to break through 4, it didn't work. I was looking to trade that break of 4 to like 411, 420, but we never really got it. 4.5 and $5 is really big resistance. Let me see if that's the max actually. So we've had, this has been a former spiker before. We've gone much further. We've had reverse splits. So this is going to be kind of an interesting zone to kind of watch. Here, $4 is really the key area. You can see that, this is a really multi-month support and resistance zone. So 4, like I said, is really the key zone. Maybe if we break 4, we'll see maybe something into the 6s. But for now, I got a close eye on that kind of 4 zone, and then 4.5 and kind of go from there. If we break 4 and 5, then I would probably look for 5.5. That tends to be always a interesting zone. Jose, weekend was good. It was very, very nice and relaxing. Although I helped a friend move, and that took all Sunday, but it was, it was fun. They got a lot of pizza for everyone. Thanks, Ben. SCKT looks like it's pulling up here. Let's talk about WHLM because this is another lead gapper on the day. 3 million float, U.S. biotech, or no, sorry, Biz specialty company Q1 results looking good, and I think their results beat their estimates, so that's always really a good flyer. Gapping up 160% pre-market, but now down 138%. So this one is having some issues. Also didn't have the amount of volume I would have wanted to see on this one. So I'm a little bit nervous overall with the volume. This one has kind of, for the last 30 minutes or so, kind of popped back on the radar. So maybe this one's going to be back in the game. You can see on the 4 hour down here, we had that kind of $670 zone really act as big support. So I should have probably been more attentive to this one, but I wasn't really looking at it because I had such low volume. But now it's looking kind of okay again. We'll see how we trade this one. I probably would trade it for a quick maybe pullback to like 7.5 or something like that and try to grab it. But I don't know if we're going to get some sort of quick move to the downside. But I will keep a close eye on WHLM for sure. This one, could be very, very promising here. Kind of making a little flag pattern as well. Yeah, Ryan, maybe we're gonna get a little bit of a dip. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe even to the $8 zone. So that could also be kind of an interesting spot. So if we break VWAP, we go to like $8 or $8.50 or something like that. TCRR is another one I'm kind of looking at here. 19 million float, US biotech, positive cancer drug results, 45% gapping pre-market, but it's been such a weird ticker this morning, and it's over my typical price range, so I don't know if I'm really that hot about it. I really don't know if I'm going to be trading this one, but again, TCRR is another thing maybe worth considering. Ooh, another 6 minutes here till the market opens. Good time to get a little stretching in. Oh. Got my lemon water. SCKT, guys, it looks like it's really the most obviously gapper. It has that nice, 5 million float. So we're looking for those spiker stocks that are under 5 million or 10 million float. It has a catalyst. In the past, it has these kind of spike ups that look kind of good. So I like the way this thing has been explosive in the past. Doesn't always hold the high, so just be a little bit cautious on that. But I do like overall what we're seeing here on SCKT. So, it does have these multi-day spikers. Here's like a 2-day one. It's a bit of a choppy chart overall, though. I mean, this is going to be a huge gap up day. So huge. We got VWAP at 3.6. So that would be, if we opened up and bounced off of VWAP, that'd be about a 5% pullback. That could be something we're going to be looking for. But that's if, we opened where the price is right now. So I don't know if that's going to be the case. Nice, Monish. I don't know. I try not to, Daniel. I try not to be overly biased with what's going to happen out of the gates. If it goes up higher, I typically miss it. I don't know. I'm not very comfortable with buying stocks breaking out. Right, even though this is the gap and go strategy where that's kind of the whole essence of it. I tend to like to look for strong stocks or gappers, but only trade them if they're having a red to green move, which isn't necessarily correct or wrong. It's just what I found kind of feeds off my personality a little bit more. I miss a lot of moves because I don't jump in on them as hard as I should. So it's tough. You know, I just try to keep an open mind, watch the price action, and kind of go from there. SOGO went nuts for no reason. Wait. Hey, $7. Oh, I thought you said 7%. Well, I guess it all depends on the percentages, right? Yeah, so SCKT, I'm probably going to look for a bit of a dip here out of the gates and then have my 300 shares ready to go. Ideally buy in twice. You know, my last position size was a little bit of aggressive. It was, you know, we closed at like 3.8, 600 shares. So nicely over $2,000. Wow, look at that, WHLM. I was just talking about, it's literally a second ago, where around $8 pre-market would be kind of a cool spot to buy this on a dip. It literally just, you know, pulled to 8.15 and bounced back up here. So looks like it already did that kind of potential setup. So maybe a missed opportunity. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'll try to call out my moves as much as I can, guys. Just remember, I'm watching a lot of stuff, so sometimes if I don't switch my screen quick enough or something like that, I definitely apologize. We got another 2 minutes here till the market opens. I wonder if SCKT is putting a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern up here. It's tough to say. VWAP at 3.6 and the price is at 3.8, so I could easily see a 20 cents pullback. Well, if we break that $4 zone, this thing could absolutely rip. $10 is really the place to break for WHLM. Like I said, I would probably most likely rather do a red to green move on SCKT around VWAP, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Even a break of VWAP would be kind of cool, but on the 5 minute it looks fairly strong, and I don't know if we're going to get kind of a pullback like that. Another 50, 60 seconds here, or 50 seconds. If WHLM breaks here, I would probably consider buying it. If it breaks $8, I'd probably consider buying it like towards 7.75 or so. So it'll be really interesting to see. Make sure you have days selected so we don't run into any issues. All right, guys, good luck, everyone. This is going to be a pretty interesting open here. I'm watching SCKT on my other screen. Good luck. And KLA pulling higher. Big move here on WHLM. Looking for SCKT to break out. Bought a little bit too soon here. Average price 83. Taking a bit of a hit here. This was a bit accidental on my end, I gotta say. Got a little bit aggressive. My first entry was not where I wanted to place it. Let's see if we can crack that 9-minute EMA here. 3.8. Try to close this position, but I did not get out. Let's see if we can have that 9-minute EMA breakout now. Selling volume out of the gates. Pulling back about 9-10% here. VWAP so far has been holding a little bit, looking for that break of 3.8. Possible red to green move right now on SCKT. Having some issues getting out of this trade because I was having huge issues getting out of this trade because I was trying to exit at 600 shares and I entered actually at I was basically going into a short, and that was giving me issues with that exit. Really sloppy trading on my end this morning. Really sloppy. So let's try to tighten up our game here. I bought accidentally on the breakout, and then that was just all over the place. So let's see if I can tighten up my game here a little bit. I'll take that profit though. I'm happy I was able to walk away green on that. This could be a pretty decent little setup here. I'm watching SCKT here. We could break back above 515, guys. This is a huge resistance zone, but we got that 9-minute EMA coming in as some serious support at 380. Remember, this thing has a 5 million float and it's a clear lead gapper on the day. Nice 9-minute EMA pullback. Congrats to anyone that entered right there. That was a sweet entry. I'd probably be taking profits already. WHCM, I want to kind of watch this one a little closer here. SCKT pulling back again. This one's a little bit crazy. WHLM, sorry about that. Little Mondays, sloppy. SCKT having a ferocious pullback. I wonder if WHLM is halted because is it moving? What's going on here? Last trade at 32. I think WHLM is halted. Bobby Claus, thanks. I just saw that. And Abdul, appreciate it, guys. Here we go. SCKT might be pulling back again. I want to be a little bit more cautious with this pullback because it could be a bit more aggressive. On 37, at 937, WHLM might open up again here. Wow, fast pullback here into the 40s. SCKT Might get halted. Got to be careful. That was a big move down here. Trying to get that dip on SCKT, but I missed it. We might have a secondary chance. I missed it again. Yeah, I'd be probably taking profits already on SCKT, so I'm not going to chase it at this point. My TOS scanners are just absolutely not working right now. It's a little bit annoying. Overall, the markets are green except the Dow Jones. WHLM might open up here again in basically a second. Quick 9-minute EMA pullback here. Can we see a continuation? WHLM got a bit of an entry here. Small position size. Let's see if this thing can have a continuation. No, it doesn't look very good in this point. Very small position size because it's a very risky trade. Could get halted again on the way down. Giving back a bit of profits here on WHLM. It's very small size. I have about $900 on this trade, very tiny. Looking for a possible reversal. That was a pretty aggressive pullback. Down about 8%, which is just about my max stop. So I'm looking for a reversal, else I'm going to have to get out pretty soon here. This could be a double bottom. 813, yep, pulling back now. Should have got out. Good to use small position size on a setup that you're not very comfortable with. So that's what I did right on this one. I'm going to get out on a bounce. If it bounces, this thing might just keep on pulling back here. WHLM, I think it just got halted. I'm stuck in a halt, luckily with tiny share size, but still, nonetheless, I'm stuck in a halt with WHLM. I should have closed around 420, I mean 820 right here when it broke that last candle. I don't know, I just didn't. So this is going to be a heck of an open here. It's going to be crazy to watch. Let's go to what I do like about WHLM is the fact that you know, it has that upwards momentum, does have 3 million float. I mean, it does have that spike ability, so maybe it just pulled back too much. I don't know. I'm probably going to get out here on any sort of reversal. Hopefully, it doesn't keep pulling back and we don't end with a bigger loss. So let's just hope for the best. Watching SCKT, should have been watching this one closer. I'm definitely vibing a little bit better on it. So got to be careful though. This one's, you know, 5 million float, also big, quick mover. and it's up quite a bit here, 147%. So don't want to get stuck in a move on this one that is a little bit too quick. Got to manage our risk. Yeah, good call, Monish. WIMI at 812, Ryan. I'm not looking at that one, but interesting. Yeah, look at that. SCKT, I was really nervous with this one. I would have liked to buy the 3.45 zone and then sell into a 9-minute EMA retest, but didn't really get that. So let's be a little cautious here. We have big support in this one in like the 30s, 20 zone. So that's probably what I would be looking for a trade on this one. In the 20s. Something above $3. Do I got any intel on my swing trades? I don't know. We'll talk about that in a bit. Maybe towards the end of the day once I wrap up day trading. But do I have intel? I don't think I have intel at the moment, unless I got a limit order that was executed that I didn't notice. No, I don't have any intel for sure. I just remembered intel was one of the ones I did not put a limit order on. So I'm gonna put my main screen here on WHLM. I want to watch this one a little bit closer here, and then I'm gonna put SCKT. I got on my second screen. If I enter a trade, I'll switch it out. But for now, I want to be watching SCKT because this is the one that's giving us a lot of opportunities. WHLM is a little bit shaky in this area. Where you know it's had a huge run up, and it seems like it's a little bit top heavy. So I want to be kind of careful here in this one. You know, we pulled back to 7 point. What are we? We're at $8 right now, halted. Could see some bigger support at 7, but I don't really want to be stuck on this kind of halt, so I want to be careful. I already knew this one's going to be kind of shaky to trade today, and that's why I used very small position size. So SCKT, I'm trading with about $2,500. On WHLM, I traded with $800 or $900, and great because this thing I'm down 10% right now on this trade. That's a huge loss. Percentage-wise, that's massive. So really not a good place to be. Good call on that, boy class. I actually had a pretty aggressive entry now that I think about it. I thought we might get one more quick pullback and then kind of see a little nice move back to the upside, but we absolutely did not get it. So very kind of a sketchy place to be for me. SCKT is down about 18%. I wonder if it's going to break here. This thing may start moving higher. $30.46 is when WHL. Wait, no, 5-minute halt. Yeah, so this thing should open up any second here. I was just thinking 7 minutes. I don't know why. Right now it's in a bit of a double bottom here. I would like to see the break of the 9-minute EMA. Yeah, taking a bigger loss now. Gotta stick to your stops, guys. Bit of a rule I'm breaking right now. All right, it took about $110 loss on this. That's like a 12% loss. That's a pretty serious loss here on WHLM. Still, you know, nicely green on the day because of SCKT, but a little bit unfortunate, I gotta say here. Nice bounce off of 7.5. I would have probably, you know, considered buying in this area because of the crack of double bottom and then finding big support in here at 7.5. This is typically a place I'd be buying, but you know, you don't want to average down into a loser and then all of a sudden get halted again and then be taking one of your biggest losses ever, right? Ultimately, trading is about risk management and not just, you know, wishing and praying. So I had to manage that risk. Unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, in this time it actually worked out pretty good. So I got out here near $8 and then I pulled back again. So it is what it is. SCKT guys might be flushing here. Just be very careful with this one. SCKT actually, it's holding, it held, it pulled back quickly, found support, now trying to break back above VWAP. Sweet. Man, that was quite the roller coaster. That I might have gotten faked out on that one, so I'm almost kind of happy I didn't trade it. That was quite the sell-off on WHLM. We went down 17 bucks or 17%. If this thing goes down another 17%, I'd probably consider buying it, but I don't want to buy into a dip. Clearly not trading it right. Ooh, SCKT broke VWAP, but then instantly flushed down. Ooh, ooh, yay, 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 yay. Yeah, having some huge issues. Totally expected. And that's kind of what we were talking about pre-market. This thing is pretty top heavy. Just because it was up so much on the day. Ooh, SCKT, what an aggressive sell-off right now. Yeah, SCKT is pretty scalpable. I'd probably trade it on a second bigger red candle, maybe a third candle. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I do know around 3.2 we have some nice 5-minute support, so that could be a tradable zone. 3.2. I don't know if I said 5.2. 3.25 roughly. I can't believe I took such a big loss on WHLM. I really don't like trading stocks that are so with such a big spread. So now, I mean, that was a good reminder. I mean, it was a $110 reminder on why I don't like trading stocks with such a big spread. I don't know. I was probably too aggressive on that one. It is what it is. This is one of those stocks that kind of give you FOMO while you're watching it because it's just like always making really nice moves. But also makes huge dips, so you can lose a lot of money very quickly. I probably wouldn't trade this with more than 1,000, like half, like a third of position size basically at this point. Yeah, Daniel, that was a really kind of sketchy setup there. I would have loved the WHLM entry. It's kind of annoying because, you know, it pulled back here, it did exactly what I wanted, and then I somehow missed my entry. You know, I wanted that kind of like $7 entry, $7.50 or so, went to $7.80, and then it ran up and got halted. So, But honestly, out of the hold, I probably would have held maybe longer and then made a giant mistake anyway. So. I don't know. It's weird. Weird what I would have done. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. I don't know. I don't even know what it would have been. Late morning, guys. Welcome, Shrikant. Doc Hayes. Yeah, man, no problem. But I'm not taking the risks just for entertainment purposes. I'm taking the risk because I feel like there's a good trade. I'm not just going to randomly enter and exit a trade. Some days I only trade like 3 times. And you guys are like, Alex, what are you doing? This is so boring. especially, you know, the new people that think I'm just here to trade. But, you know, if I don't see a good opportunity, I don't trade. Oftentimes the best position is just cash. So, I mean, you just got to wait. It's all about just waiting, waiting, waiting. TOS, oh, that's an excuse. Be right back, guys. Take care, Spirit. Dude, Friday was so full of flushes. It was insane. Yeah, it's true. Crypto is heating up. Look at it. Bitcoin's at 10,500. It was kind of stuck at 9,300 forever. So it's good to see some action back in BTC. Oh, Spirit, you're saying bye to me. Got it. Got it. I get what you mean. I thought you were leaving. Yeah. SCKT kind of fizzling in this area. It's really not looking too exciting. A lot of sell volume on SCKT. So let's maybe see if we can find a different ticker. It's only 9:53 a.m. I can't believe we gave back so much profit on WHLM. I gotta say, like, that was a really sloppy move on my end. I was just really expecting some sort of reversal, but I didn't get it. Basically lost $1 a share. That's huge. That's a huge loss. I hope this week, last week was phenomenal. I loved last week. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be, how similar it's going to be. The only day I had, you know, was that I had huge issues with was Monday and Friday last week. Monday I basically walked away break even, and Friday, you know, it was not the best. SCKT trying to break back above VWAP. I would love to see SCKT back above VWAP. TCRR, that 19 million float, US biotech with positive cancer drug results. You know, kind of a weird open on this one. Huge flush to the downside. There's something about this stock that made me not want to trade it. And I think it was just, you know, one, it was out of my price range, and then two, it was trading pre-market very weird. Like, I felt like there was no clear setup here with TCRR, and the volume was very light. So it was just kind of an overall red flag to me. OCGN trading okay here, making a nice little upwards trend, looking kind of healthy. It's a little bit of a slower mover, but I don't know. Trading all right. Just I don't really like the price, and daily chart is really rough. WHLM had a huge pullback. My alert did not go off. This is oftentimes why I honestly put limit orders instead of alerts, because it's so annoying when your alerts don't go off. Weak bounce so far. A lot of the past spikes on WHLM have not held at all. So that's definitely a big thing to kind of consider, guys. Big red flag. The SCKT trying to rocket on out of here past VWAP. Holding its highs okay. Yeah, AAL, man. That's a fun one. Here we go. SCKT, guys. Trying to break back above VWAP. We have a huge shoulder right around, like, where's that? Right here in this area, kind of like 3.84. It's a big resistance zone. This is a 5-minute breakout, so we could wait maybe for a potential 5-minute setup or 1-minute pullback. It's the way SCKT has been trading, though, has been very messy. Wow, that was a quick pullback right there. It's just kind of flashing in all sorts of directions. I'm a little bit nervous for a flush on this one. That's why I'm not really getting aggressive on it. Oof, what a pullback. I mean, what if you bought that breakout and all of a sudden you're down like 10%? Ugh. SCKT, last time I had a flush, it was about 14%. I'm not saying that's going to happen again, but actually, if it did flush about 14%, that would give us into that 3.2, 3.3, 3.2 zone. That's actually the range I originally wanted to buy. Sharky, man, sorry to hear. Mondays are always tricky, I feel like. I was actually a little bit ashamed of myself when I traded such big position size first thing on Monday. But, you know, oftentimes I like to build a really, really nice cushion before I get too aggressive. Yeah, Ryan, I feel you. WHLM is just not nice. Getting my swimsuit. I'm actually looking for a swimsuit right now for my Portugal trip. Thinking about a 4.3 thickness wise. WHLM pulling back again. This is a pretty big possible double bottom zone. To kind of the 70 zone. The spread is still very loose on this one. You should get a Borat swimsuit. Is that the one with the actual suit on it? Thanks, Kirill. So WHLM has these 6% moves back to the upside. I was actually just thinking about getting long WHLM, but I would have wanted one more pullback to the 70s. I'm not sure if we're going to get that anymore. I don't see anything I want to trade right now, straight up. Let me know if you guys are looking at anything trending upwards, maybe a nice pullback, some sort of setup, maybe a bull flag setup, something with volume, ideally over 10 million volume. I mean, basically anything in this category. We got MARA making some nice trends higher. Big volume on this one. GNCA could be breaking back above VWAP, but it's a little bit overextended in multiple day run. I don't like that. RIOT had that nice bounce back to VWAP. That's pretty nice. The daily chart actually looked really good on RIOT. That bounce off at 2.6. Recent supernova. We got $2, 2.5, definitely 275, and then kind of like this general $3 zone. It's a place to look for. No catalyst though. Yeah, Sogo's getting bought out for $9 a share. That's why it's basically pinned pretty close to this zone. It probably won't move anymore. And they're actually buying it at a pretty decent price. Hoping the best, Michael. What's your stop on that? If it breaks 3.4? Honestly, I could see this thing retesting VWAP at one point. But it really needs to hold. WHLM just has the most wicked moves ever. I mean, this is a 20% move in 4 candles. This is really nice. Unless you're stuck on the downside of that move, then it's really not nice. I'm not sure why my trade's not showing up on WHLM, but it should at one point again. Looks like SCKT held 3.4. It's a good sign. Try to crack it with pretty low volume, so this might break back above the 9-minute EMA. Oh, there it goes. I'm still a bit nervous on the flushes on SCKT that we've been seeing. Is NA pulling back? It's looking a little shaky, but it keeps on getting held. So the support constantly comes in with SCKT. Oh man, WHLM pulling back higher here. So painful to watch that one. Yeah, I sold at 788 on WHLM. Yeah, it's kind of flat, but we just gotta give it a little moment. I mean, our lead gapper had huge momentum pre-market, so sometimes it takes a little bit longer for these things to rip if they, had a huge busy pre-market session. Oh, SCKT, woof, big pullback here. 10:06, guys, watch out. Pull it to 27. First bounce here, 23. 2% so far. Possible entry. $255 was pretty big support just now. $325. I'm watching SCKT right now. I was hoping that it would maybe go one more attempt lower, but it didn't. So I missed my entry on this one. I think the hardest part about active trading is just like the switch of the mindset, because you have to understand that, as a day trader, you're typically pretty quick with trades. SCKT might do one more dip here. If we don't break 3.2, I think it might reverse. So let's see how close we get to 3.2. $10.09. First fill here at 323. Not sure if it's... Let's see if it breaks 323. Doesn't really look like it. All right, got another fill here at 324. Bring my average to 3.235. Finally did that pullback that I was kind of expecting it might do. 323. looking for this to break or at least bounce off the 9-minute EMA. We got a shoulder at 3.3, so that's kind of the bigger resistance zone that I'm kind of nervous about at the moment. I mean, this thing is still very clearly trending to the downside, so I want to be careful here with this one. Might go ahead and just kind of close this position, just in case. I want to see that break over 331. A lot of sellers there at 30. All right, kind of close this position, you know, just kind of a little bit of a scalpy move there. Made about 50 bucks on this one. Close at 31. I think it could pull back again. I don't know. It could also break the 9-minute EMA. I really don't know. I just felt like locking in some profits wouldn't hurt. I could easily see this going back to 23. In worst case, I could always re-enter, but I don't know. You know, still selling off a lot. We do have big support in this zone, so let's kind of play with it a little bit longer here. Oh yeah, WHLM, yeah. It's kind of waking up again. Actually, it has pretty decent volume coming in as well. So pretty sweet. Gotta be careful though. Hey Satoshi, good to have you here. WHLM, messing with my heart and soul. So let's see how we trade this one. SCKT is still one of their elite gappers, and you know it only pulled back about 23%, pretty healthy pullback. You know, if we see this thing keep holding its highs here, this could be a good second trade. We do have huge support about 3.2. Maybe it's going to pull into the teens. If it goes into the teens, I'd probably be trading SCKT again. I don't know if I'm going to buy it in this area right now. A little bit unfortunate with WHLM. So it's basically back where we bought. We bought this 9-minute EMA pullback, and then I tried to get out, or I delayed my getting out a little too long. Luckily I had small position size, and I basically got out on this green candle, I think it was, or it was on this candle. Yeah, it was on this horrible wicked dip. So yeah, we're basically back to break even on WHLM if I would have held it, but that's not our strategy. That's a whole different kind of pickle to go down, so I don't regret it at all. Offering and warrants are dirty words. They are. Johnny says, can I borrow 1 million? Only if you put it all on black. SCKT is really interesting to watch. Could it break 9-minute EMA here? This could be the big move, 3% already from the low. I'm honestly waiting for this one to do kind of a bit of another flush, in all honesty. I don't know if it will, but I do know right above 3 there's huge support, and I would definitely be buying probably there. Check out the NKLA. I literally just made a video about NKLA. It was on Saturday where I talk about my swing trade that I want to enter on NKLA. I think it's a pretty overall interesting spot to be buying it right now. I've been talking about this area for quite some time, around 30 bucks. There's definitely still some more downside potential, but I think the bounces in this area are huge on NKLA. Needs to break 4, Michael. Yeah, I feel you, Michael. I'm not trying to downplay your position at all. I also want it to go back up. I'm just wondering, is it ready to go back up? It might be, because look, it's inching its way up here, and it's making pretty big progress on the upside with very low volume. So that's a pretty good sign. It's 10:16 a.m. here. Yeah, there's the flush I was thinking we would see. Let's see how far this thing goes down. Is it going to break 3.24? That's the big question. Actually, that's not a flush. That was just a pullback. I feel like I'm calling everything a flush right now. After that WHLM, the wicked mean move it did. Yeah, Danielle, that's always a good idea. A part of me wants to buy WHLM, but a bigger part of me like just wants to wait on it. And I think that's probably going to cost me probably an entry. I don't know. That was a nice quick move it just did. SCKT going to the teens here. Missed my full size, actually. Let's see if it dips into the teens one more time. I have a bit of a bigger position size now with SCKT. Looking for a move back to the 9-minute EMA. It's 10:20 here. Can we break that 9-minute EMA spot? That's the big question. So we just went pretty quick move actually to 24. We have a shoulder at about 32. Giving this one a little bit more time here. Pulling back again here to 15, 14, 13. Very low volume on this one. I'm looking for that 9-minute EMA breakout on SCKT. Got a bit of a hammer candle here, some bigger support at 15 looks like. We tried to pull below it, didn't really work. So now we might retest this 3.2 zone. That's really what I'm waiting for. We know we have really big volume around 315. Seems to be a bit of the battle zone. SCKT, I mean, one of our lead gappers on the day, 5 million float. So it has that spike ability. 10:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would like to see a break back above 25. That's really what my goal is here. Again, I'm not sure if we're going to get it. We've had a pretty decent sell-off now with SCKT, about 25% from the high. 10:22 right now. Having actually a bit of a lower flush here. I was not hoping for low volume on that flush so far. It's about 59. Quick flush down here. Might have to close this position now. 308. This is kind of getting close to my stop. Down about 10 cents a share. I'm about 3-4% down on this one. Just bigger position size, so it feels bigger. Keeps dropping. A lot of sellers on this. Big support at 3. We do know that. It's always a little stinky when you're, you were green on a trade and then you're $3.13. Can we get that break of the 9-minute EMA? That's really what I'm waiting for. That was a pretty strong bounce so far. We'd like to see a little bit more fall through into that break above 3.2. So far, everything is still more or less going as planned. I was expecting a reversal to happen a little bit quicker, but 310. So I should have took that very quick base hit on this one when we had that opportunity, about 2% or so. 307, 306. Definitely. Still in my stop range, about 4%. So a bit of a roller coaster here on this one, SCKT. Let's see where it goes. $310 just had some big sellers kind of popping up on the order book there. I don't really like to see something like that. $312 might see some start getting chipped away here. Back to 308. I like that it looks like we put in a little bit more of a base here. Now 308 does crack every now and then, but it does look like, you know, right above 3 we are holding our zone. We're getting really close to that 1030 zone, which time period, which isn't my favorite. So it's one more thing to kind of consider here. We do have multi-month support and resistance at $3. It's also a psychological support and resistance zone. I should have been a bit more attentive towards that and understood that the chance of us pulling back to 3 was much higher. Took my first small profit and then bought again. I think that would have been a much better play. Look at this, 305 now. Could even go to 304. Very low volume on this though, very small volume. If I didn't have a cushion on the day, I would not probably be as aggressive on my position size on this one. So this is my kind of first bigger position size. The fact that this thing is still kind of crawling back makes me fairly uncomfortable here. I'm not gonna lie. 306, 305, 304. Does have a tiny amount of sell volume here, so I think the sell volume it does seem to be a little bit unwarranted. But you never know. Got to manage your risk. Right now, I am ready to get out of this trade if I need to. Would like to see some sort of trend reversal at one point here. Looks like the 1 minute candle is trying to reverse. 5 minute candles do look pretty healthy. I mean, this thing does have the indicators, but you just never know. If I didn't do a full size, I would have liked to probably average down into this area. 308, 307. Some bigger buy volume just came through there. Chipped away, pretty big sell order. This is the first candle we've seen now break over the last candle. It's actually kind of a nice feeling a little bit here. 310, possibly the 9 minute EMA could be chipped away here. $312. Pulling back a bit. Might be that last opportunity to buy this breakout. If I was trading the breakout, I'm trying to think if I was not in the trade, what I would be thinking right now. 313. It's taking a bit to break out here. I was waiting for this thing to go back to 3.2 for quite some time now. 314 getting chipped away just a little bit here. Having a little bit of a pullback here to 311, 312, so might be actually a healthy sign for a continuation above 320. Again, 320 is still the point I'm looking for. That's my original trade thesis. $315. Would like to see this thing get chipped away fairly quickly here. I don't want to really hang out in this zone. We have some bigger resistance around, I'd probably argue like 320 almost exactly. A lot of the other pullbacks on SCKT have been about about 7%, some of the bigger ones. We even had some like 10% plus pullbacks, 5%. Right now we're about 4% from the low. So I do think there's a bit more continuation potential on this one. That's a big reason I'm holding this one. I'm not trying to be blindly hopeful. I do, based on some simple analytics, based on some simple pullbacks and what we're seeing on SCKT so far, I do think it has that potential to break 3.2. But again, it is showing a lot of weakness here. So kind of not very comfortable anymore on this one, unfortunately. Holding it a little bit longer here. $316 is the number to beat on SCKT. Can we see it? 313 piling up a little bit here. Whew, don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you enjoy this live action. Hopefully you're learning something. Good time to hit the like if you have been learning something. Let's see here, 313. 316 is really the high to crack. It's the big question mark at the moment. I like that we're trending higher. I like that the 9-minute EMA has been a bit of a pullback zone. I do think that we do have more room to run. I'm not sure how far past 20 we can go. I don't even know if we can go past 20 at this slow rate we're seeing. $20 possibly cracking here. Could maybe take some profits at 21. Close some of my position. Just taking some size off the table here, just to kind of calm the nerves a little bit. Looking for that break of 20. Are we gonna see it? It's just so weak. 20, giving it one more try here. I'm fully out of this trade. Was expecting it to be a little bit stronger than that. I held this one much longer, mainly because I knew $3 was big support, and if we started chipping away to $3, I would have closed this. I wanted that break of 3.2. I think we will get the break of 3.2. I generally do think we're going to break 3.2. But This thing has been flushing to the downside. It hasn't been showing so much strength. I felt like holding for a break of 3.2 was a bit wishful thinking. Plus, my original thesis was already kind of ruined. So I basically broke even on that trade. It was also a bigger position size, so I wasn't feeling as comfortable maybe. And I already kind of butchered the trade a little bit because I didn't get out here on this original 9-minute EMA retest because I was looking for a bigger move above 25. This could be the move right now. Here we go, 320. 322, 323. Yeah, okay, so it did it, but still on very low volume. So I would have closed out my position here. It would have been not much better. All right, now I can check the chat room again. Sorry, I couldn't take my eyes off because I was looking for big sellers. I was looking for something in the order book that would make me nervous. Some reason why I would need to close it. Yeah, shorting these stocks is a great idea once they start showing signs of weakness. I probably wouldn't short them out of the gates, but yeah, at like 10:30, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, once momentum has really slowed down a little bit, these tickers are probably phenomenal to short. The weekend was nice. Sunday was a lot of work, but I was helping some of my friends move. It was like 15 people. It was good fun, but I basically got home at like 6 or 7 p.m. and just, or no, wait, that's not true. Maybe like 5 p.m. and just crashed hard. I see I missed WHLM. Yeah, I would put the second screen up here, but obviously you guys can't see my trade if I don't have it open here. That's why I was not watching WHLM. But yeah, good call out, guys. Is this one halted again? This one is so sketchy. This is actually so unfortunate that I ended up taking a loss on this trade when it did exactly what I wanted, just at a different time period. It also wasn't going off my alert, so it's a bit of annoying how WHLM was overall working. SCKT showing weakness. This could be a rebuy here. I'm really thinking about possibly getting a rebuy on SCKT. I'm happy I took my profits when I had them, or basically got out of this trade. I think right now I could already be averaging back down at a better entry, so this looks pretty interesting. Possible entry on SCKT. That was a pretty big flush. This is what I was so nervous with SCKT. I knew this one was very weak and I didn't want to hold anymore for a possible break of 3.2. I gave it several chances for that break, and at one point I was feeling a little bit uncomfortable, and that's why I got out of this one. That was a pretty nice pullback here to 308, but I kind of missed my entry. This one's really dropping volume hard. $10.40. I don't feel super comfortable trading this one anymore. What, did something drop? I'd be so nervous with SCKT for a possible offering or something like that. I don't really think it's gonna happen, but Who knows? WHLM is going to open up pretty soon here at about 42.21, so that might be a ticker to watch. SCKT. Oh man, this one is just all over the place. $3.10 chipping away. Big buyers on this one. SCKT might break now back above the EMA. Yeah, totally true, Corey. I totally feel you, man. I was thinking when it goes back above 3.2, it might really start ripping hard, but it was showing such weakness to get there that I kind of lost some confidence in SCKT. Now, if I wanted to trade it, I'd be trading a $3 bounce, getting out of if it broke below $3, and then obviously seeing if we can hold $3 for a potential reversal. But it's still doing clear downtrends. Satoshi, that's an interesting statistic. I'm nervous that SCKT might be one of those tickers that just kind of pulls off the rest of the day, but based on, its history, the daily chart, it looks like it's not going to be that ticker. So I do think this $3 zone has huge potential to hold. So that's really why I would probably try again here for the $3 to kind of pop back up. Other than that, I don't really see too many other tickers besides WHLM that I'd really want to be trading. And WHLM, I kind of dropped the ball hard on. SCKT, guys, 3.3, 302. Let's see if this I would love $3 to chip and then buy on a bounce back. So far, $3 is hold. $3 looks like it's going to chip. Low volume on that break, though. Let's see how low this goes. We have bigger support roughly at, now it's breaking nicely. We have bigger support around 280, 283, 285. But this break is not looking as strong as I probably would have wanted. I don't even know if we're going to go to 280. I don't really see myself buying at the moment. RIOT, yeah, I was looking at that for a little bit. Back above 3. I think we're gonna crawl back above 3 pretty quickly. That was not really the biggest volume I would have expected. I don't know. I'm not gonna buy this until maybe like 280, but I don't know if we're gonna reach 280. I don't even know if I'm going to buy it anymore. I might even be done with trading. I have no idea. It's so hard to say. I have $370 profit on SCKT and about 210 negative on WHLM, which is so ridiculous because WHLM, I felt like, it should have been so easy and obvious to trade, but whatever. I fumbled this one a little bit, and it is what it is. Nice bounce here off of $10 and ripping again, 20%. Huge moves on this, you got to say. Spirit at 0. P&L on the day at the moment. I'm going to probably trade for another 15 minutes or so, but we're up 260. Yeah, like I said, we really gave back a lot of profits on SCKT. I mean, WHLM. SCKT's still selling off. Maybe we're gonna get that 280 support after all. Who's trading WHLM right now? It's time to scalp for a second. Hey, Corey. David, that sounds so bad. YTRA, I'm not sure about that one, YTRA. I didn't look at it. Man, does WHLM, I feel like I'm just missing so much on this one. If you guys want to get an entry on WHLM, I'll buy 10 shares and then the whole thing will flush down and then you guys could buy into it. Yeah, Satoshi, I actually have that on my to-do list, but I think if I opened one more app on my laptop, it would just explode. So I need my new laptop to come in before that. But good pointer for sure. Do you see the halts in there then? I'm not totally sure yet. I have a list of like 3 that I'm looking at, but yeah, I'm not totally sure. Maybe the Predator Helios or the Alienware. The Predator Helios 300 could be kind of cool. I also need to kind of maybe time it with my trip to the States because buying laptops in Europe is too expensive. Unless I find one on like Kleinanzeiger, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. I wouldn't mind getting a laptop with 32 gigabytes of RAM, to be honest. I want a lot more power. So the Acer Helios 300 might be the option. Yeah, the Alienware one's pretty badass as well. Thing's a freaking beast. SCKT looks like it's still falling off a cliff. This one really might just keep pulling back here. 280s was kind of the zone I was looking for, maybe even 277. But the last major dip on the way to the upside was about like at 283 or something like that. All right, guys, WHLM should be opening up in like 20 seconds or so. Keep your eyes open. $13.80 just starts ripping higher. Is it going to go break above 13 right now? I'm not sure. I'm a little bit nervous. I've been stuck in one of these flushes one too many times. 12%. 13%. SCKT back at $3. New minute's about to start with WHLM. Oof, quick wick back down here. I'm confused why this thing sells off so much at the end of the day in the past. Had a big run up and then just kind of halted all the way down. Oh, God. Just watch out, guys, with WHLM. I mean, check out the way it traded yesterday. It had that super nice rip. And then after piling on a lot of sell volume near the top, it just basically just dumped until noon. 43% dump. This time it has much more buying volume though, so it does look kind of good. It does have this, you know, $13 big resistance zone. Again at like $14, and then it has that high at 17.6. SCKT pulling higher. SCKT is above 3 right now. I just, honestly, it's not always 100%, Najib. Like sometimes, usually it will tell you here if it's halted, you'll get a little bit positive volatility. Sometimes the order book freezes up and the time of sales stops. Sometimes that happens anyway though, and there's no halt. So it's a little bit weird. That's why I'm always like, is it in a halt? I mean, most of the time it's pretty obvious, but sometimes it's a bit confusing. And then it's usually 5 minute hold. Man, Satoshi, that sounds super nice. 6 monitors on that bad boy, yeah. I don't even open a browser anymore. I have 2 laptops, one for the chat and one for the trading and the streaming, because if I put the chat on this laptop as well, then it starts really flickering. It's bad. It's already kind of on fire. Last time I ended the stream, it was like 3 weeks ago, but I ended the stream and a few minutes later, the whole laptop crashed. It just went black. It was crazy. I was like, oh God. That's what I get for using XSplit. Yeah, probably right. But OBS was having huge issues on my laptop. I don't know if there was some sort of setting issues or whatnot, but it wasn't working. So I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna use XSplit because it worked perfectly fine. Yeah, Kirill, that last little dip was actually kind of wicked. Well, obviously, Lightspeed will probably be the better broker and trading platform, but it's more like TD gives you a lot for free, right? So what's the trade-off? That's really the question. Is it worth for you to have better free trades, or is it worth you just have that, better platform, which sometimes is marginal? But I think if you're a really, top tier trader, then probably the better platform, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I can fully answer that. I think it's very subjective. SCKT hit 2.88. I was looking for a little bit bigger of a pullback for a possible entry on it. If I did an entry on SCKT, it would be a very, very dip trade kind of entry. It would be very quick. I would not be holding it long. 5 red 5-minute candles in a row so far. WHLM, man, this thing could be breaking here at 13. Man, I gotta be honest. I was really expecting SCKT to maybe have a bit more consistent or better open, and this thing really pulled back heavy, much heavier than I was expecting. Woo! Look at that, WHLM, massive pullback, just like that. I'd be so nervous this thing gets halted on the way down. Happened to me once today. I don't even know if I'm ready for it. I don't even know if I want to be part of that. Yeah, same here, Corey. I was really a bit more optimistic towards it. Thanks, Jared. Yeah, 11 a.m., guys. I'm going to be wrapping up here pretty soon. I'm going to look for a possible jib trade on SCKT if it pulls back one more time. Could be very vicious, so we got to watch out with it. And there's clearly something going on here that I'm not aware of. That's very strong sellers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, if SCKT went into like 279, I'd probably buy it without even questioning it. Both, Spirit, both. Born in Germany, but raised in Florida. So culturally, probably more American. SCKT at 284. Big buyers still getting eaten away. Limit orders just getting chipped. Florida men rise up. Florida man, yeah, that's who you guys are watching trade. What can go wrong watching a Florida man trade? We got a good assessment of risk. So that's our edge. 2% bounce on SCKT. I might not be able to get an entry on this one because it looks like it's already trying to bounce, and I was trying to wait for like 282, 279. Oh, it might just take off without me. That's what happens. You know, sometimes you're a little bit extra conservative, and that's the time you should have been aggressive. It's a bit of a mystery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5-minute red candles in a row. Hui tap, Hui, I don't know how you pronounce your name, man, but appreciate the dollar, man. Thanks for the support. Facing crocodiles, 100%. Yeah, I could get around with my German. It pays the bills. I get out of the Klagen. Just writing German emails and letters is my nightmare. I like wake up in the middle of the night sweating thinking about it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. SCKT has almost like a perfect little bounce here in this area. Oh, and I was just noodling that last little entry. It's so annoying. Woohoo, Christian. Nice profits, man. Oh, my hedge tanker stocks are green today. Rough times ahead. Yeah, Jared, honestly, this whole NASDAQ being an all-time high thing over 10,000 is just really not comfortable, I feel like. So I would be expecting something shady to be happening probably. I don't know. It's tough to say, but I don't feel comfortable with it. Probably worse, North Florida. I went to Jacksonville for a year or 2 years. I lived in Jacksonville for 2 years. But I'm from South Florida. Man, looks like WHLM, guys, is creeping back higher here. This might break 13. I would not be surprised. I'm still waiting for a SCKT possible entry. I don't know if we're going to get it, but I'm waiting for it. Nope, it just went all the way to 297. Oh, my whole move literally just flashed before my eyes. Could have been up like 4% on that one. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's look at some of our the tickers we were talking about. When were we talking about it? Not too long ago. So we have NKLA, which I perfectly missed my entry on. Oh my god, this is like so ridiculous. Bounced up 16%. It saw my limit order and it was like, nope, nope. Yeah, so I probably am going to go ahead and remove my limit order on this one, NKLA. Really wanted that bounce off of 30. I took too long on it and totally missed it. SCKT also bouncing up here, past $3 again. Oh man, what is going on? I think I'm just going to wrap it up for today. I'm missing stuff left and right. I don't want to FOMO into a trade for no reason here. So I think at this point of the day, it's better just to say, I'll take my profits and you know, wait for tomorrow. I was looking for an AMD pullback to about 64, 65. Didn't really get that either. I totally missed the gun on AMD. If you guys watched the video, I was saying that this perfect breakout here with big volume and that bounce back to the multi-month support and resistance zone at 60 would have been the gold entry. I was not even looking at it, so I totally missed this one so hard. It's just a little bit upsetting. AAL. Trying to bounce. It's trying really, really hard. I'm hoping, since the earnings already came out and apparently didn't fall off a cliff, I'm hoping that AAL will hold here, break back above 12, and then have a nice continuation, maybe to 13 or so. I'd probably be taking some profits at 13. SPCE, I don't know. It's tough to say. I mean, it's a pretty good run we've had with SPCE. So again, I missed another entry here. I'm just missing entries on SPCE. So I probably will go ahead and understand that about 20 to 21 is big time support and resistance. So I think I'll go ahead and kind of move this order down to like 83. And then if I get an entry here, I'll probably go and average down or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not too excited with anything at the moment that I'm aware of. But check out the video I made on Saturday. Watch it on ×2 speed. You'll get through the whole thing pretty quickly. I go through all of my kind of tickers I'm looking for swing trading wise. And there's some really good comments on there too. I haven't responded to all of them, but you guys have some really interesting tickers as well. You shed light upon, so that's pretty sweet. I love when you guys have some good feedback as well. Because I'm just one person, you know, I'm missing a lot of stuff. Look at this SCKT, just I wanted to buy here at 280, like 282, 281, goes up 8%. You gotta be kidding me. Oh. No, I would not be trading SCKT. I mean, do whatever you guys want. It could see 3.2. I wouldn't even be surprised if it went to 3.2. But at the moment, you know, it's having a lot of decreased volume, except actually there was a 1 minute spike of volume not too long ago. But I don't know, you know, it's 11:09. I've been looking at the markets now since like 6:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, you know, you got to wrap up at one point or else you're going to start trading yourself crazy. Yeah, Satoshi, you always want to go back and review the old trades and see if you can improve. But I don't know. I like to trade every day, kind of get the feel for it. If I'm not, you know, that hot, I like to take it a little bit lighter, just like my WHLM trade. But, you know, today, you know, if I didn't trade at all, I probably would have had some serious FOMO. I wouldn't be ready for tomorrow as much as I am today. And I mean, I'm walking with $260, so I don't really regret trading. But I would have to check my statistics to see if Mondays on average are not profitable for me. I don't know. I couldn't really answer that at the top of my head. Look at SCKT breaking out here, 311, 312. Could go to 320, who knows? 313. Oh, 314. You gotta be kidding me. Went all the way to 315. Sweet. Ryan got out for 3% profit. Nice, man. Daniel, I feel you, man. It's the hardest part with cutting your losses. I mean, that's literally my HLM trade. I mean, I lost about, I don't know, what was that, like 10% on that trade? And I could have made like 20, 30% if I just held. But I mean, at one point you got to manage your risk, and you know, the sooner you do it, the smaller the loss, and then you can always buy back again, right? Yeah, rather lose small than lose big. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a loss. Just you want to avoid the big losses. So, Looking here, it's 11:11:42. So let me quickly write that down so when I go back, I can figure out where my entries are. 11:11:42. Here are all the trades we made today. Pretty okay day. Nothing really too blow away, but I'm happy. You know, it's nice consistent profits with our position sizes. I am trying really hard to get to the 5K, you know, position sizes. I just don't want to go there too quickly. I want to feel very comfortable getting there. I don't want to rush it and then start making silly mistakes. So, you know, working towards the $3,000 trade that we made today, and then, you know, maybe by the end of the month, I'll be at 5,000, like more consistently, or not the end of this month, the end of next month. So, you know, that will allow me to be a little bit more, less stressed. And if I start feeling like I'm trading very emotional with big size, then I'm going to kick it down again. I'm not going to rush getting there. I'd rather get there as safe as possible. VXRT, good play for a long from Satoshi. Yeah, I feel like we were looking at VXRT recently. Oh, I forgot. Where are you looking to buy VXRT? I could see some big support here around 8. We also have the moving average coming in there. Let me actually go to the daily chart, kind of get a better perspective on this one. This $10 zone is pretty substantial. Plus the fact that this thing has like almost no sell volume actually makes it a pretty big buy. In all honesty, there's probably a really good chance that this goes from 10 to 12 and maybe a little above 12 on a little bit of a bounce here back to the upside. But I could also see it going back to about 9, maybe 950, maybe 850, maybe even 820. I don't know. So it could be ripe for a reversal. It's definitely going to have some sort of bounce pretty soon here intraday. The cabin reveal. They've been revealing a lot of stuff lately. Whew! What a day, what a day, what a day. Oh, that's pretty cool. I gotta check it out. I was following their page pretty closely not too long ago. VXRT is absolutely just falling off a cliff right now. With no volume, this shouldn't be falling so hard. If this thing goes below 9.5, I think I'm going to buy it. That might be during the recap video, so I'll let you guys know if the XRT pulls back. But right now it does look like it's going to do at least a temporary bounce. The XRT has a lawsuit, investor lawsuit. Corporate insiders took out a couple billion. Whoo! Yeah, good call. Calm down. That's always a very important thing to be looking for before doing any sort of swing trades specifically. I feel like with day trades, it's a little bit, you know, as long as there's a positive catalyst, you could pretty much day trade it. But let's see. Well, that raises 90 million for your share offering. Yeah, yikes. Or fake news. I just read headlines. WHLM could see that crack of 12. That's what I would be waiting for. If it breaks 12 and then maybe starts running past 13, right now we're technically on the 5-minute chart, we're making a really, really nice bull flag with pretty big volume overall, and sell volume has been decreasing. So I don't know. I mean, this could also pull back below VWAP, maybe regain some footings, but the way this thing has traded in the afternoons in the past makes me really not want to touch it. And I've already gave back quite a bit of profits on WHLM, so I don't know. I'd probably just rather leave it alone, to be honest. Gotcha, Satoshi. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Eat chilies. Woo, from Fort Lauderdale. I used to live in Fort Lauderdale. Right by the Publix next to no, what's it called? LA Fitness. What street was that? I don't even remember the street. I generally don't remember the number of the street. But yeah. Sweet. MNOV breaking out. There's a lot of tickers kind of taking over right now. I good call on MNOV. Ooh, WHLM is flushing down right now. Sketchy. Good call on MNOV. Really, really nice. Big volume picking up here. Had that big $8 breakout, and now it's just absolutely running. Sweet stuff on there. Not sure. Does it have news? It wins exclusive worldwide rights to develop BCPIV into potential coronavirus vaccine. Interesting. So definitely that's a pretty big catalyst. This thing's up 60% right now. We know that $8 is big time support and resistance. We know $9 is big time support and resistance, and 10. It seems like the whole dollars are pretty very serious here on M and OV. So let's see how much this can go. But right now the volume is still climbing. Thanks, Felix. I'll try. We were neighbors. That's crazy. We probably even walked by each other in Publix. Who knows? God, I could go for a pub sub right now. Oh my lord. Oof. Eat me a pub sub right now. I'm looking forward to visit Heiko. I'm just going to be eating Publix all day and whatever fish he catches, and let's mess around with Captain Elliot. How much might I start first? That's a very honestly, if you're trading with U.S. brokers, you can start with $1,000 and just make sure you learn the right thing. But I think once you know you're consistent with trading, once you understand what it takes to be a profitable trader, which I think you can probably reach within like 4 to 6 months. Then I would raise $25,000 if you can, because trading with an unlimited account is a world better than under 25K. Cuban sandwiches are the best. I lived in South Beach for a few months. Okay, there we go. We got some challenges. It's called a grinder, not a sub. Man, well, I'm from, I don't know, is grinder the new word? I'm a bit out of the loop over here. Cubano. The Broward gang. There's a lot of Floridians in here. Grinder. I don't know if I'd want to call my sub a grinder. Or are you talking about something else? I feel like that's a bit like... Or is it grinder? Grinder or grinder? I don't know how to read. Sarasota. Yeah, huge Florida gang in here. WHLM having that nice bounce off of 10 again. VWAP cracked a little bit, but then support came in. I really still don't really feel like I want to trade WHLM, so I probably won't. Pub sub for life. Grinder. Oh man, I'm so lost right now. For 8 years, wow. Makiki Australian stock market is BS. I got a good friend who's Australian. He's got the funniest accent. I feel like I can't have a bad day when I listen to an Australian accent. Grinder is like Tinder but gayer. Yeah, that's what I remember. Which is fine. From Tampa, Florida. Nice, Tampa. I almost moved to Tampa because I almost went to SFU. But then I didn't. It is a captivating accent. I just feel like it's just filled with joy. Look at SCKT trying to break up back above 3.1. Not really much volume though coming in on this one. I'd be careful. Maybe this thing's just going to flush to the downside. I don't know. But you got to give it some credit. SCKT is trying here much more than I was expecting it would. WHLM might break VWAP here again. I would, my God, just looking at it makes me nervous. Go Bulls. All right, guys, I gotta wrap up here. I'm a little overstaying my welcome already. I'm just having fun in the chat room. It's always a good time. Definitely got some interesting trades to recap this morning because I think pre-market is really where all the action was, and I think I could have traded pre-market even more aggressively, but I think I managed my risk first of all pretty well, and I can't really complain. So I'm pretty happy. What we're walking away with. I mean, the fact that we're walking away with $260 or so after having a 10% loss, it's pretty good. So it just shows, losses are okay, but you just got to manage your risk. So SCKT was the big winner at 370, and then WHLM was the big loser. Yeah, as we increase our position sizes, our profits will grow. Because I'm not really changing anything. Even when we were trading $500 share size, we would still be making, sometimes 5, sometimes 10, sometimes 15, sometimes 20% profit days. So now, we start trading closer to $5,000. Nothing else changes except the size. So it's gonna get a bit more interesting with the P&Ls. But you just got to manage the risk a little bit harder. And you also got to get used to the fact you're trading with bigger size. Any stocks for the afternoon? I really have no idea, Ryan. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up here. Thanks for subbing. Thanks for dropping the likes. I'll see you guys in the afternoon for the recap video. And then if you're totally new, guys, really consider subscribing. Join the community. It's really, really good fun. We love the growth, and we love the veterans. We love the diehards. We're learning from each other, and I think the more you give to the community, the more you can take away from it. So I love seeing familiar faces again, but I also new faces. Make sure that we keep learning new stuff. All right, guys, take care, and I will see you this afternoon, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, starting at 9:15 roughly. Ciao, ciao, guys.